There's Razzle and Remington. And I just lined the bottom of their cage with craft paper. It comes in big rolls. I got it at Home Depot, and it's like the consistency of a big paper bag. So it's pretty stiff. And then I laid paper towels on the inside of it. First of all, to make it look familiar. They're used to seeing the paper towels, so I don't want to change things too radically. And second of all, to keep it clean. It's a pain in the you-know-what to line the cage with the craft paper. I found a little secret is tuck the corners through the outside of the cage to help hold it in place. I do not intend to replace this every few days. When the cage needs cleaning, I'm going to replace the paper towels inside of it instead. So I basically created a tray so that tomorrow, when these two's babies, it's time to come out of the nest box and remove the nest box, their legs won't fall through the bars and they'll be able to walk comfortably. I also did Fluffy and Sprite. They get 2 days to get used to this before their babies come out. Because their babies aren't due to come out till Friday, but they're coming out Wednesday because I am leaving town for a show. So I want to make sure that process goes fairly smoothly. So Fluffy's a little, she makes me paranoid. She massacred her babies last time. I think she has not massacred her babies this time. And she didn't the first time she had babies either. So the fact that I cleaned the nest box was not why she killed her babies last time. The reason she killed her babies is because she was in this stack right here. Oops. And I moved their cage over to the other side of the breeding shed. And apparently, and the only other time I've had a female, she didn't kill her babies, but she abandoned the nest, was when I moved her cage from one room to another inside the house. So I think what I've discovered is that their ideas about their territory extend outside the bars of their cage. And if you pick up the cage and move it, then their nest is no longer in their territory. So they abandon it or they kill the babies. Because it's not their nest anymore. So, clean the nest boxes all you want. Don't move the cage. Make sure that cage is in a good spot for them to raise babies, because if you move it, things go ugly. These two are having a discussion here. So our little ones are ready and raring to go. Look at these little boats. Look at these little boats. This little guy looks, I don't know if Thor's a boy or a girl yet. We won't know for a long time, but I call him a guy. This little guy looks very like Uncle Haverty. He has very strong markings on his spangle. I see the outlines around each feather are nice and dark. That's a good show quality. And he's going to be a big guy. Could be a she. Who knows? But definitely a light green. I was thinking maybe a dark green for a little bit there, but then I thought, wait a minute, neither of his parents have a dark factor, so how could he be a dark green? So, definitely a light green spangle. Cutest baby in the world with lots and lots of feathers. Hawthorn. And feet that walk on the ground. That's good feet. And this is Thor the younger. See, I'm taking them out so Remington can see me holding them, so she watches me. Look at that brilliant yellow. Isn't this a pretty bird? Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, I am thrilled with these babies. Oh, Remington, you did such a nice job. She says, what are you doing with my babies? We'll just let him walk around a little bit. Here, we'll put him back in. Okay. Let's take a look at these little guys. Hi, babies. This little one here, our little spangle baby in this nest, is also an opaline. And since Sprite is a spangle opaline, That means that this is a baby girl, because opaline is a sex-linked trait. Daddy's an opaline, then his daughters will be opaline. So we know for a fact this little one is a girl and a big, big baby. Seems to be growing at the speed of light. And this little one we can't tell yet, but is definitely not as big of a bird. Was always a little bigger in the nest, but doesn't have the body length. But look at the feather on that little one. They're already filling in. This one's going to have beautiful feather. So we're doing great. Like I said, these guys are going to get fledged on Wednesday. I'm going to take their nest box. And let me close this up. Oh, that didn't work. There. Okay, so Bon and Breezy, I checked their baby yesterday morning. Their second baby did not make it the first 24 hours. But what that means is that they now have 2 more embryos in there, and I don't have to worry about freezing anybody, which is nice. And I think I'm discovering that the best idea is to leave them with 4 embryos, and then you might actually end up with 3 babies. However, last time Breezy had chicks, which was, she hatched out 2 chicks on the same day, the very first chicks, which was Vulcan and Apollo. And then she hatched out another chicken like 3 or 4 days later. And baby number 3 did not make it. It turned out to be Dionysus, and I had to foster him to Kelly in order to keep him alive. So what I might be seeing here is a hen that is not good at bringing up younger babies when there's older ones in the nest. She may just be a hen that focuses on the oldest chick because he's the biggest and the loudest, and doesn't manage to take care of any of the younger ones. Since I have no one to foster chicks to and I'm going to be out of town, we're going to find out how that goes, because her chicks, the next 2 eggs, are going to hatch out sometime between today and next Friday. So I'm not going to be here to keep an eye on this, so it's just going to have to play out the way it plays out. And even if I was, there's no place to foster the chicks to. So maybe there was just something wrong with that chick. That happens. And maybe she'll manage to keep the next one that hatches alive. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm going to find out here, because if it turns out that she's not good at taking care of younger chicks, then what I would do with her in the future is, breed her with the big shed. When she has her first chick, great. When she has her second chick, trade it out to somebody else's nest and put in a chick as big as the first one. And let her raise 3 chicks. And then when the third chick hatches out, again, foster it out and pull a chick that's as big as her first 2 chicks, so that the chicks basically all hatch on the same date. And then she's not going to lose them because one's not screaming louder and isn't as big. So let's take a peek and see what's happening here. Hi, Messy. Oh, did you hatch out another baby? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, yes, you did. Baby number 2. Well, it would be baby number 3, but baby number 2 is in there, and it looks lively and healthy. So we'll see what happens. Maybe that one will stay, because I can tell it's already got a little food in its crop. So, okay, back up to 2 again, Bond. All right, that's it.